Grand evening. Welcome back to channel. Only the high vibrational ones this is meant for. Not the stalkers, doppelgangers, demonic narcissists, and those with, shall we call them, the evildoers. It's really funny because today I encountered a few individuals. Well, I've been encountering individuals every day of the week. But I notice now it kind of like feel like not just being stalked, but it kind of like feels like people deliberately follow you. And because your senses heighten. And I know what they're trying to do. They're literally out there just trying to scavenge energy any way they can, waiting for a reaction. Don't give it to them. Just stop, look at them, and allow them to pass. And I notice it's like they're everywhere. I believe they've been everywhere. I just didn't really notice it before. Probably because I was too focused on what I was doing, if that makes any sense. But now, more and more, I'm aware of my surroundings and the energies in it, disguised in human figures. Let's just say that. And a few people that I've had conversations with, because you'd be amazed at how far a kind word will go. I know it's something you can't control, but at the same time, having all the stares, it's not kind of like not what we signed up for. If that makes any sense. Yeah, the hellos is one thing. I wouldn't necessarily say they're all genuine, but I've been noticing a lot of things that are a bit strange. But I keep it to myself anyway. But yeah, a few people that I've had. I know that's some type of frequency they're sending to me, or whatever spell it is. Is it a sharp spell? But anyway, back to what I was saying. And I find it bizarre that the people that I have spoken to on a more intellectual level, it's like there's more NPCs than free thinkers. That as well. It kind of looks like or feels like everybody says the same thing, or everybody thinks the same, which is weird in itself. But for me, what I find strange is when people say, "Oh, you don't look like what you've experienced, which just tells me they already had a preconception of anybody that's experienced whatever I have experienced should look. And that to me is a bit strange. I'd understand if I was unhealed. Do you know what I mean? Or I never had structure or routine in my life. And just ate whatever. But I don't. So nowadays you've got to be mindful of everything. I know it sounds bizarre, but it's true. You've got to be mindful of everything. What you eat, who you surround yourself with, what you watch, what you drink, even sometimes what you think as well. Because it may not necessarily be your own thoughts, but there's a lot of that out there too. It's like there's outside entities trying to control your reality, but only you can control your reality. And it's not like these entities have the authority to do so, but they believe that they are bigger than God, basically. And because that's how they've gained their so-called control and their power for God knows how many centuries, years, decades, AC, BC, DC, EDFG. I gotta say it like that. But yeah. But then I've also noticed 1 minute people's okay, and the next time I've seen them, they look totally different. Like what happened in between? Not that I'm gonna ask. That's not really my style. If that makes any sense. I can only imagine. So it just kind of takes you back to the fact that a lot of people don't live in their truth. I feel that a lot of people are harboring a lot of darkness or dark things that they've done. I mean, nobody's perfect. It's all about what you do to rectify those actions and how you proceed forward in life with what intentions and how you exact those intentions in society. I mean, take it from me. Before I got here, this is like being a roller coaster. Like a long, extended roller coaster. For the most part, I just assumed everybody was experiencing the same thing, so I've been in that same kind of boat. Until you take yourself out of that equation, and instead of being in that tunnel vision of the matrix, you take yourself out of it. And that's when it's like the veil's been lifted. And I've always um sharded myself on being a realist. But I do believe there was a time where I was probably delusional, just like everybody else. Kamanan used to say to me, a promise is a comfort to a fool. And it's crazy because all the little words of wisdom she used to give me before they took her from this earth for money, let's be clear, it is what it is at this point. There ain't no hiding it. And I knew it because I dreamt it. I dreamt they was doing something to her. Hence why they kept him away from her. So that they could change her will, basically. And that's what they've been doing. From my own father to my granddad. They've probably done it to my uncle too, my mum, and then my grandmother. And the MO's all been the same. I mean, I was asking questions for my grandfather. Because there was nothing wrong with him that I knew of. But now I kind of see it was some type of zombie magic because that's what he was like. It's like he was awake, he was there, but there was no comprehension or no cognitive state. Like you couldn't have a conversation with him. It's literally like he was mute. But yet though, they did the same thing to him. After he left hospitals, they put him in different care homes, but he never stayed there, and that's what he didn't like. I think he knew, but whatever it is they did to him, he couldn't break free from it. This is why they're evil. This is why they're getting the karma they're getting. They deserve every single bit of it. Every bit of it. And I know their spirit is haunting them on a daily basis. Rightly so. And it's only going to get worse. Just like how they're stalking my platforms now. The same entities that they tried to conjure up to take me out is now terrorizing them. But they willingly called upon these same said entities for that same said reason. They know exactly what they did. And they've been trying to silence me for the longest. And they have no power. And I won't be silenced. Just like they had their free will to lie, rob, steal, kill, and destroy, I'm using my free will to expose them and speak up on what they've been doing. And some of them ain't even blood related. That's the biggest kicker. We're talking step parents. So that's like basically saying after they took the life of my mother, they had a stepmom ready to fill her spot. A woman I've never met. She's never met me, but yet she has a lot to say. And it's really funny how nobody spoke up, but yet everybody fell for the BS or went along with it. Whatever the case may be, they was paid to keep quiet. Now they're all reaping what they've sown, rightly so. They think because they're doing things under the cover of darkness, going out to little cabins, having meetings, going to lodges, doing spells or rituals. They think people don't know. Oh, I know, all right. My angels don't miss a beat. God sees everything. But yet, though, they use religion to control people. And I'll say again, nobody has a right to impose on anybody's free will. anybody's free will. But that's what they've been doing. Manipulating people, manipulating energies, manipulating people's perception of others purely for their own grandiose gain. Self-indulgent, these people are. And a lot of them, they hide behind the Bible or they hide behind the little covens. They ain't churches, that's a straight up coven. Always the ones you least expect, huh? But the thing is, you'll always feel a weird vibe from somebody and not be able to put your finger on it because they cloak themselves. And and the energies of the good people that they took down or took out, people that trusted them. So I know they're being haunted and they deserve every bit, every second of it. And I do hope, I pray they're getting it back 1,000-fold. Because they ain't just done it to adults, isn't it? To children, babies, animals. And the reign of terror is over. People like that need to be purged from the planet, period. And all the people in positions of power, they need to be publicly shamed and prosecuted and put in jail and leave them there to rot the same way they did to others. They're the ones with the blood on their hands. I even think about the amount of people they set up for crimes they committed. And that's what they do. Once that spell works on a particular person who might come across as crazy, yeah, that's when the plots really get into action. They will plant things on that individual to take the rap for whatever it is that they've done. That's always been their MO. But they become complacent. And the thing about it is, I've been saying this for years, they will be purged. They deserve to be purged. They're nothing but demonic entities that feed off the energy of normal people because they have no energy. Because they sold their soul willingly for what they deem to be power. And how long did that last? They're all going to be reset back to where they first began. There's no chance for them evading their karma. And if I can help it, I ain't gonna let anybody forget what these people have done. Every single one of them. They've done this to multiple innocent people. And what did they do? They did vile, heinous things. Orgies, swingers clubs, even children, molesting children. They've done all that, even their own families. That's like normal procedure for them. In fact, certain societies that they join, that's compulsory. They think people don't know. People do know. But they allow these people to put fear in them to keep quiet, or put these people in compromising positions and then blackmail them into silence. You reap what you sow. What goes around has come full circle. Even when they do things like astral projection and think they can sexually assault people in the astral realm, you're going to be held accountable for all the disgusting things you've done. There's no escaping it. But they're out there trying to act like everything's okay, and the fact of the matter is, they're all sharing the same diseases. Funny that, isn't it? But they're not gonna tell you that. But I'm telling you, they're all hiding disgusting diseases that's eating them from the inside out. But yet they expect people to take pity on them. You're gonna get the same pity you shown the people you attacked, the same people you slandered, the same people you tried to humiliate and destroy for your own grandiose satisfaction. It's inevitable. There's nothing you could do to stop it. Because I definitely would never spit on any of you who's on fire. So yeah, you suffer in silence, but the proof's in the pudding. Your days are numbered. You're already dropping like flies with multiple different illnesses. Some of you don't even know what the illnesses are. Are using other people's identity to try and mask who you truly are or mask what you truly have. So yeah, you prey on the young because you know the young is more naive and impressionable. Even that is disgusting and diabolical in itself. And yet, though you think you're so smart and so powerful, but you're not. You're weak, you're pathetic, you're lower than like the scum of the earth. And I wouldn't even use earth in that same sentence with the likes of these people because the earth can be replenished. There's no replenishing people like that. Anybody that has to sacrifice animals to get energy is disgusting. You know exactly who you are, and we know exactly who you are. And you deserve every bit of karma you're receiving. I hope it's immense. I hope it's torture. The same way you tortured innocent people for no reason other than amusement. Knowing that there's nothing you can do to stop it because you deserve it. Still believing you can put illusions over people and take away someone else's free will. It's not going to happen. Because people are rising up and opening your eyes to the lies and the illusion you've placed over people. And judgment is here for a lot of people, rightly so. And I'm glad it's here. It's been a long time coming. A long time coming. Trying to destroy someone's reputation by using their identity to commit fraud. Just going over the top, thinking you're really going to get away with it. You're not. I will continue to call judgment and go on my life, rightfully so. That's me using my free will to do what's right for me. So your little plots and schemes and plans to try and frame people and set people up is over. Everything you did in the dark is on Front Street, rightly so. And I can't wait. It's been a long time coming, and I'm glad it's here. And I will it on. And I plead the blood of Jesus over my life. You tried to sacrifice innocent people for financial gain. You even sacrificed your own. So yeah. Siblings, ex-partners, uncles, cousins, aunties, ex-friends, stepfathers, stepmothers, work colleagues, and a few people that I've seen that I know have done me wrong because they can't look in my face. I see it in them. I see the karma on them. You're wearing your karma. You have no choice. You will never evade it. Ever. So stick that in your pipe and smoke your karma.